All right, so let's dive into something kind of profound today. The idea of unrealized potential.
Okay.
We're not talking about, like oil fields or diamond mines or anything like that.
Right.
But something much closer to home.
Okay.
Think about it. What if the richest deposits on the planet are actually buried in graveyards?
Oh, that's a powerful image, isn't it?
Yeah.
The author that we're going to be looking at today uses this metaphor of graveyards to highlight the immense loss
Yeah.
that comes with unrealized potential. And it's not just about, individual dreams going unfulfilled.
Right.
It's about the collective loss to society when talents and abilities are never brought to light.
And it makes you wonder, all those songs, never sung books, never written ideas that never took flight. Have you ever felt that pang of what if? There's more you could be doing or achieving or becoming?
It's a universal feeling.
Yeah.
And the excerpts that we're going to be diving into today really tap into that.
Okay.
One challenges us to confront that feeling head on, while the other tells this captivating story about a sculptor who sees potential where everyone else just sees junk.
Interesting.
And it's fascinating how the author connects this seemingly simple story to this grand idea of potential as a universal principle.
So, okay, let's unpack this idea of graveyards being the richest places on Earth. It's a bit morbid, but also incredibly thought-provoking.
Yeah.
The author talks about talented high school classmates who ended up lost and purposeless.
Mm-hmm.
And it really hits home because, I think we've all seen that happen,
Absolutely.
It makes you think about the paths not taken, not just for others, but for ourselves.
Exactly. And it challenges us to think about why some people's potential flourishes while others seems to wither.
Yeah.
Is it circumstance? Is it lack of opportunity?
Right.
Or is it something within us that holds us back? And to get us thinking about this, the author poses some pretty intense soul-searching questions.
Oh, okay.
Like, who am I and what am I truly capable of?
Good.
These aren't just questions to answer quickly. They're invitations to really delve into our own depths.
It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind and lose sight of that bigger picture, isn't it? But the author seems to be saying that recognizing our potential is key to living a fulfilling life.
Yeah.
And it's not just about, achieving some external marker of success, but it's about living in alignment with our true capabilities.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's where the story of the sculptor comes in.
Right.
So picture this, a sun-drenched Caribbean island, an old sculptor and a plantation owner who sees these ancient trees as nothing more than timber to be harvested.
Got it.
So he chops them down, leaving behind what he considers useless junk wood.
Okay.
But the sculptor sees something entirely different.
Oh, this is where it gets interesting.
This is where it gets good.
Yeah.
He sees the potential for beauty and art hidden within this discarded wood.
Right.
He carves a magnificent bird from a piece of this so-called junk, transforming what others dismissed as worthless into something truly extraordinary.
It's almost like he's setting the bird free from its wooden prison.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating here is how the sculptor's actions mirror what we need to do with our own potential. See the value where others might not, and then put in the work to bring it to life.
There's this line in the story that I love. It says, "Junk is in the eyes of the beholder. Some look, but others see."
That's a good one.
It's a powerful reminder that potential is often hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered and nurtured. It makes you think, how often do we dismiss things or even people as junk without truly seeing their potential?
All the time, probably more than we realize.
It's almost like we need to develop that sculptor's eye, that ability to see beyond the surface and recognize those hidden possibilities within ourselves and the world around us.
Yeah, absolutely. And, while that popular notion that we only use 10% of our brains is a myth,
Right.
there is some truth to the idea that we have vast untapped potential.
Okay.
Neuroscience shows us that our brains are incredibly adaptable and capable of lifelong growth and change.
So we've got this powerful metaphor of the graveyard, this inspiring story of the sculptor and even the science to back it up.
Yeah.
But how do we actually put this into practice? How do we move from recognizing potential to actually unlocking it?
That's the question, isn't it? And to illustrate this point, the author brings in a historical figure, someone who faced incredible adversity but ultimately achieved greatness. Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, so Lincoln, this brings us to another fascinating aspect of the source material, the exploration of how someone overcomes setbacks and failures
Right.
to ultimately reach their potential. And Lincoln's life was certainly not a smooth ride to success. He faced countless challenges and disappointments along the way. In fact, his story is almost a case study in how to deal with failure.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like his failures were like stepping stones, on his path to greatness.
Yeah.
Instead of letting them define him, he learned from them, adapted, and kept moving forward.
Yeah.
One particular setback that stands out
Okay.
is his defeat in the 1858 Senate race against Stephen Douglas.
Oh, yeah. That was a crushing loss for Lincoln. He poured his heart and soul into that campaign, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it would have been easy to give up on his political aspirations after that.
For sure.
But he didn't.
He did not.
And what's remarkable is how he used that defeat to fuel his future success.
Okay.
He saw it as an opportunity to refine his arguments, connect with a wider audience, and ultimately strengthen his position for the presidential election just 2 years later.
It's a powerful example of turning adversity into advantage. It's not just about, grit and determination, but it's about having the self-awareness to analyze your failures, extract valuable lessons, and use those lessons to propel yourself forward.
Absolutely.
It's almost like that sculptor, chipping away at the wood, refining his vision with each stroke.
Exactly. And this connects beautifully to another perspective on potential that our author brings in.
Okay.
A biblical parable about the talents.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's a story about a master who entrusts his servants with different amounts of talents which represent their potential.
Interesting.
The servants who invest their talents and multiply them are rewarded.
Okay.
While the one who buries his talent out of fear is punished.
So it's not just about recognizing our potential, but it's about having the courage to use it, to invest it in something meaningful. It's about stepping out of our comfort zones and taking risks, even if it means, facing the possibility of failure. The parable seems to suggest that burying our talents isn't just a personal loss.
Right.
It's a disservice to the world.
Exactly. It highlights a crucial point.
Yeah.
Our potential isn't just for us.
Yeah.
It's meant to be shared and invested in the world.
Think about it. What if Lincoln had let his early failures deter him from pursuing a political career?
Right.
What if the sculptor had dismissed that junk wood as worthless?
Right.
If we've got all these incredible insights about recognizing potential, overcoming adversity, and taking action, but what does this all mean for our listener?
That's the million-dollar question.
How can we apply these ideas to our own lives?
Yeah, it's one thing to admire Lincoln's resilience or the sculptor's vision.
Right.
But how do we cultivate those qualities in ourselves?
That's a great question, and luckily our sources offer some concrete steps we can take.
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's about creating space for self-reflection.
Okay.
Remember those soul-searching questions the author posed?
I do.
Like, who are you? What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
Yeah, those are good ones.
We need to carve out time to really engage with those questions.
Right.
Journaling, meditation, even simply taking long walks in nature can all be powerful tools for self-discovery.
I like that.
It's about getting to know ourselves on a deeper level, understanding our strengths and weaknesses, and identifying those birds trapped within us, those unique talents and passions that are yearning to be set free.
And once we have a clearer picture of our own potential, we need to adopt a more discerning eye.
Okay.
Like that sculptor.
Right.
Start noticing the potential in the world around you. Look for opportunities to make a difference, to contribute your skills and talents, even in small ways.
I like it.
It might be volunteering for a cause you believe in, mentoring someone younger than you, or simply offering a helping hand to a neighbor in need.
It's about shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have to offer. And it's about seeing the potential in others, even those who might seem lost or stuck.
Right.
Everyone has something valuable to contribute, even if it's not immediately apparent.
Absolutely. And now let's talk about the action part. Lincoln's story is a powerful reminder that persistence is key.
Okay.
We need to set goals, create plans, and then take consistent action towards achieving those goals.
Right.
And here's the crucial part. Don't be afraid of setbacks.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They're inevitable. What matters is how we respond to them. View them as learning opportunities. Adjust your course and keep moving forward.
It's about cultivating that growth mindset, embracing challenges as opportunities for learning and development. And remember, even small steps forward can lead to significant progress over time. It's like the sculptor, each chisel stroke brings him closer to realizing his vision. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, investing our talents.
Yes, the parable of the talents reminds us that our potential isn't meant to be hoarded or hidden away.
Yeah.
It's meant to be shared with the world.
So like starting a business you've always dreamed of, or writing that book that's been brewing inside you, or simply speaking up and sharing your ideas with others.
That's it.
It's about taking that leap of faith and trusting that your unique gifts have the power to make a difference.
It's about having the courage to be yourself, to express your authentic self.
Yeah.
And to contribute your talents to the world. And it's about supporting others in doing the same.
Imagine a world where everyone felt empowered to unlock their potential. What could we achieve?
It's a beautiful vision, isn't it? A world where those graveyards aren't filled with so much unrealized potential.
Right.
A world where every individual feels seen, valued, and empowered to contribute their unique gifts.
Yeah, it really makes you think about like the ripple effect, you know?
A ripple effect.
If each of us took responsibility for nurturing our own potential.
Right.
And supporting others to do the same.
Yeah.
Just imagine the impact it could have.
It's like that famous quote, a single candle can illuminate an entire room.
Oh, yeah.
Each of us has that spark of potential within us. And when we ignite it,
right,
we not only illuminate our own lives,
yeah,
but also inspire those around us.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
okay,
let's leave our listeners with a final thought to ponder.
Right.
It's not about becoming the next Lincoln,
right,
or a world-renowned sculptor or anything like that.
Wrong.
It's about recognizing that we all have something unique and valuable to offer.
Absolutely.
It's about embracing that journey of self-discovery, pushing past our fears, and taking those brave steps to unlock the potential within us.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
There will be setbacks, there will be challenges, but that's all part of the journey. It's in those moments of adversity that we often discover our true strength and resilience.
So to our listeners, we ask you, what will you discover about yourself today?
Yeah.
What step will you take, no matter how small, to move closer to unlocking your full potential?
And how will you use your unique talents and abilities to make a positive impact on the world?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the power of potential.
Yeah, this was a good one.
We hope you're leaving feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to embrace the incredible possibilities that lie ahead.